Hey guys, and welcome back to the Blondest Podcast. I'm your host, Savanna Boda.
And I'm your co-host, Tyler Jacoby.
And we have another special guest. It's just a special guest month for us, I think.
Yep.
Hey guys, how are you?
It's Kyle Farr.
Hey, I'm so happy to be here and
Yes.
chat with you guys.
I know. I think I might come and visit Michigan in November with Lance and Cyrus.
Yes.
Is it pretty or is it very cold?
I mean, it's chilly, but like fall in Michigan is probably the best season just
Okay.
because of the leaves and the
Yeah.
apple orchards and
Yeah.
all that good stuff.
So I took a week off in November and I was supposed to go see my Grammy, but she canceled and doesn't want to see anyone. So we're like, okay. So I have flight credit and I still have the week off, but we'll be back for actual Thanksgiving, with my family and Lance's family. But I was like, this is a perfect time to take just a trio trip because me, Lance, and Cyrus have never traveled just us three alone.
Yeah, it's fun up there.
I was thinking. I was Googling last night. That was my midnight ramble was where to go in November.
When did it officially? Because I remember it was on, and then it was off, and then it was on again. You had the trip to your Grammys.
Yeah.
So, okay, it's 4 times.
I know. She's going through it. It's sad. With age, it can happen.
You have to look it up and see. They call it the color tour.
Okay, but when does it end?
Change.
Because everything I was looking at said peak is set for anywhere that's Michigan, Vermont, Connecticut, Maryland.
Yeah,
everything's slays in November. I'm sorry, September, October, and then November it starts to transition to
I mean, it is going to be in that transitioning time, but
It's
there's
still
the orchards and all that stuff are
Yeah.
still going, and the Christmassy stuff's out.
I want
to
take
fun.
Cyrus to go apple picking.
That would be really cute.
Do they have things like that there?
That picking might be done by then,
Oh,
but the orchards are still open. You
okay,
get
cool.
Donuts and cider.
Yeah, we'll have to come
He'll
see
like
you.
that.
Yeah, I can blast
Come
my face
visit.
off. Deal?
Yes, deal.
I know.
We'll do it.
So, Kyle, tell us an intro. Tell us all about you. Tell us your life story.
So, my name's Kyle. I'm a nurse practitioner by trade. I worked in plastic surgery for quite a while, and now I have a med spa located outside of Detroit in a town called Plymouth, Michigan.
Yeah, so
And-
any one of my followers, if you're in Michigan or even if you're not, go travel and see him.
Yeah.
I always get asked at my trusted sources, and I'm like, I don't have many. I don't have one for every state, but between Texas and Michigan, you got Kyle and me. We'll take care of
There
you.
you
You can
go.
just pick where you want to go. If you want to come here
Yeah.
for the warm weather, you want to go there for the cold weather. So it's really just your preference.
Yeah, but it's it's just called Kyle Farr Aesthetics. It's just my name, and
Yeah.
we're in downtown Plymouth, and we just do your typical tox, dermal fillers, laser treatments, that kind of stuff, and it's fun. Small little boutique office, just similar to what you have, which is what I like. I like
My
that
favorite
small.
thing about yours, though, is that you have dog treats in the front.
We do. The dog treats have become really popular. We have
No,
a
it's
little-
such
the
a
gumball machine thing.
Did you?
out front,
Was it
yeah.
already there? Did you buy it
No,
and put it in?
we love I love dogs.
Yeah.
And so I was like, I want to put something out front that's just an attention grabber.
Yeah.
But it's really been cool because now we have clients and just community people that'll be like, our dogs know to turn the corner because the treat thing is there.
Oh my
So
gosh,
they-
you don't have to pay for it, right? Is
no,
it
we
just
have it
Swiss?
set to free, but then my son gets really excited because people will put quarters in there just because it's a habit.
Yeah.
And he's thinks he's going to become a millionaire off of
That's
the
so
quarters.
cute.
in the
No,
gumball
I love
machine,
it.
but-
That was the first thing. When I first started, we did a branding call. I think that's
Yeah.
how we first met.
Mhm.
As I was helping one of your estheticians how to brand with face reality and how to learn acne and all of that. And so then
Yeah.
I went and stalked y'all's page after our call. And I saw that and I was like, I love that. I wish SBA could have that.
It's fun.
Doug wouldn't let me.
Doug would absolutely have a conniption.
I know.
We even have a dog that will leave refills for us. Puts a little container of treats
That's so sweet.
every couple months down there because he really likes them.
So
So
cute.
it's
I
cute.
love that. So tell us more. So you've been working with Aerolase since when?
I've had my Aerolase devices now for over 3 years. We started at first just with the Neo Elite
Mhm.
and then the Era, the ablative one,
Mhm.
and then we added on a second Neo Elite because
Wow.
both Nicolette and I use them during the clinic day. So it's
Yeah.
nice that we don't have to wait and kind of shift around.
Fight over it.
Right. Nobody's fighting over it. And we've had it since then. We needed a solution that was minimal downtime for our clients. A lot of
Yeah.
my clientele are working. They're very concerned about, can I go back to work? And nobody's going to really notice anything
Mhm.
happened. And that,
Mhm.
and that's why it really geared us towards that. Also, the ability that we can treat all skin types.
Yeah.
We're in Metro Detroit. It's very diverse, much like down here in the
Yeah,
Dallas
it's a
area.
melting
So
pot.
it's important to not have to exclude people.
Yep.
Exactly. I would say maybe 20% of my client is Caucasian.
Mhm.
Majority are definitely have some sort of ethnicity mixed in them. They're fits 4, 5, and 6. So that was the big thing for me too, was a lot of these lasers, IPL and things like that, you really have a small pool of people that you can actually treat with that. And so with the Aerolase, it's so nice that anyone that walks into your office literally can get treated.
Yeah, and they could probably be treated that day.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the other nice thing is there's not a lot of, exclusionary criteria.
Except if they self-tan their face.
Except if they self-tan their face.
I've
correct,
had a couple clients do that. I'm like, you're a little orange.
Yeah, the color's a little off. I know when I hear it, but in Michigan especially, we have our summer is like 3 weeks, it feels like.
Wow.
So it's very short. And
So it's peel season all year round where you are.
So you really need to find things to keep those regimens going in the summer where you're not having to have downtime. And they can, as long as they're not burned, I can take them from poolside to the treatment room, do an Aerolase on them and send them back, which has been nice.
Absolutely amazing. Yeah. And that's the thing I love about it too. And I think for me, and I think I've mentioned this before, but if you're new to listening to the podcast and this so happens to be your first episode, or if you missed the Aerolase episode, I was running into this issue because when I treat acne, I'm a face reality acne specialist. It's the acne peels or the hydrating enzyme, right? And with the hydrating enzyme, you don't have downtime. I really don't use it that much. I'm honestly use the peels. I don't remember the last time, let's be real, I've used the hydrating enzyme, but I'm just saying it because there is that as an option.
I didn't even know that. That's how much I don't. Do you own it?
Yeah, I do. It's probably very expired. I don't use it, but I like to do the peels. And so when clients come in, because even if they're like a little sensitive, I can at least do like one swipe of the one and like get that, cell proliferation and be fine. But they'd be like, oh my God, I have a date tonight, or my boyfriend might propose, or oh my God, I forgot I have to go to this work thing. Like I can't be peeling. And so then I'd be like, well, shit, like I don't want to do a hydrofacial because I mean, we can, like, at least I don't lose that money. Like, let's get the hydrofacial, but that's not really correcting the issue, right?
Yeah.
It's just like, it's going to help. The hydrofacial is not bad, but it's not as corrective as you'd want it to be, right? And it's not really, it's just kind of a band-aid.
Especially towards acne.
Like, I love hydrofacials, don't get me wrong, but I don't love them for treating severe acne.
Yeah.
So I was like, in a rock and a hard place ethically, I'm like, well, I guess we'll just switch them to a hydrofacial, but is this really going to be what's best for my patient? And 9 out of 10 times the answer is no, right?
No, right.
And so I was like, I need something where I can treat acne. I can treat my patient, but they have no downtime. And that's when the Aerolase came in. And, one, for the provider perspective, you're making more profit. 2, you're actually getting a better result than a peel.
Right.
And 3, there's no downtime. So it's like it's a win, 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 like a 360 win on the provider side and on the patient side, because when we're using the Aerolase, we're doing 3 things in the skin, right? For acne specifically, there's so much more going on, but we're helping reduce that sebum, we're killing that bacteria, and we're helping heal that inflammation. So it's amazing because we're bypassing that epidermis, working deep in that skin to actually correct it. And then my favorite thing to do, if they're okay with having a peel, it's throwing in an acne peel right on top. So we're treating the epidermis. So we're helping with all of the stuff that they're seeing currently. And then we're also working deep in the skin to correct these issues long term for them.
Yeah, we do. And acne is really popular with us. A lot of teens. It's also a nice introduction into skincare and into taking care of yourself for some of these younger guys. I get a lot of them I stick needles in people's faces all day. It's what I do. And the number one question, am I going to bruise? I don't know if you're going to freaking bruise. I mean, I am sticking a needle in your face. I mean, it's a risk of doing this. But now a lot of times I'll introduce them to Aerolase because I can speed up that healing process.
So how do you treat bruises? Tell me that, because I really haven't done much. I've played around with it on me or one of my staff members, but I've never professionally treated a client with bruises, because I mean, obviously, they usually aren't bruised when they come to me because they have to wait, 2 weeks after their Botox to get anything done. So by the time they're with me, it's past that point and I don't have an injector in my office. But if I, were to start doing that, tell me what's your best practices?
Yeah. So ours is if I can see that something's going to bruise that day. So if I notice some discoloration, some darkening, sometimes with some pretty good bruises, you'll notice some
right
darkening
away
start
after
to
you inject.
Yeah, you'll notice that's going to leave a little mark. So I'll go ahead and hit them immediately with the Aerolase.
And you're
especially
doing just a 6 mm.
Yep, 6 millimeter. Yeah, typically anywhere from a 4 to a 6 power setting. You know, and I try to always include it now after lips as long as we have time, just because lips is another one of those areas. They may not look like they're going to bruise that day, but they probably will.
Yeah.
I do have an injector question for you.
Yeah.
So I got Botox done on Monday. It is literally Sunday. You probably can't see because I have tinted sunscreen on. My bruises came yesterday here and then right up here.
Yeah.
Why is it so prolonged for me? I never have that happen.
It can just be the bruising process is unique in every person.
Have you seen that with some people? An entire week later, I was fine all week. And then I was like, why am I yellow up here? And
it could just be that bruised. Tone of the bruise is starting to show through with your skin today.
Yeah, it's annoying. I'm like, Why is it happening a week later?
Yeah.
No, it's annoying, and I get it. And people are like, I don't want to have to use cover up. I don't want to have to. So
Yeah.
we'll just try to kind of prophylactically treat them. If that bruise is still there the next day, I mean, with that protocol that they have, we can have them come in the next day. So
Wow.
we offer that to them just as a service, trying
That's
to be
so
like,
nice.
hey, we'll help
Like
you
a nice
out.
thing.
Yeah, and we're just
Yeah.
treating the one area. And then a lot of the times when they see how well it worked, they
Mhm.
start to get interested in other things we can do
Yeah.
as well.
I did treat a hickey a couple of weeks ago.
There you go.
I know. She's like, do you think you could hit that? And I was like, yeah, girl. I got you.
Got you.
She's like, my boyfriend was a little aggressive. I'm
There you
like,
go.
It's okay. No worries.
No more questions for her at family dinner. Then.
No,
So
right?
it'll be-
Can't know. I actually have a funny story about this. I had a boyfriend in high school, and it was like the day before picture day. You know, we were making out. I kind of attacked his neck, and everyone was like, were you shot by a paintball? And I was like, it was me, and his mom got so mad.
Oh,
She was
geez.
like, what the hell? Like, and his football photos, like all of it, his neck. She's like, we had to go to like CVS and try to color match him and put makeup on. It was so embarrassing. And like, it was just so embarrassing. I'll never forget that. I'm like, I didn't know that could happen.
I like that it was a paintball they thought of. That
Yeah.
wouldn't
Oh,
have
yeah.
been-
They're like, wait,
Sometimes
does
they
someone
can
hit you with
kinda
a
look like
paintball
that.
on the neck? Yeah.
I've never played paintball.
Like
Maybe
the
I should.
bruising
I
you can
haven't
get
either.
from a paintball, it can kind of look like that.
Yeah. Have you played paintball?
Mhm.
No way.
In like middle school.
That's cute.
Yeah.
I love that for you.
Not recently.
No.
You don't? Do you want to go? Should we all go?
We can go.
Let's
Yeah.
go. Let's
Let's
go
go.
play
Let's go play
paintball. I'm
paintball.
excited. I can get my anger out on you. I've heard it's painful though.
It's not great.
That's what I'm worried
You're
about.
supposed to wear
I
like
don't-
a thick hoodie and like stuff like
Yeah,
that.
no.
Like,
and I don't like sweating. So
No.
this is not
well,
I
if you
don't think
do it in
so.
the winter.
I'd rather go get a mani-pedi.
right. There you go. That'd be much
I
better.
love that. So tell me too, what other things are you doing with the Aerolase in the treatment room?
So we combo it a lot with the Era. I mean, we're introducing it just for anti-aging protocol. Clients coming in, you know, it's maybe their first time to see me, and it's to get neurotoxin. You know, they
Mhm.
want their wrinkles gone. A lot of the times they think that the tox is just going to immediately take away those wrinkles.
Yeah.
And you know, because you'll see a misconception of, and sometimes it's the injector's fault. They're calling it like a wrinkle eraser. I mean,
Yeah.
neurotoxin is not a wrinkle eraser. I kind of describe it as, it's like if a shirt's on the floor wrinkled, getting tox is like picking that shirt up. It's not going to get wrinkled any worse, hopefully,
Yeah.
but you still need to do something to get those wrinkles out. You got to
Yeah.
steam it, you got to clean it, you got to do something.
I love
Same
that
thing
analogy.
with the skin. Yeah. So it's like why it's important for clients to see like Nicolette that works with me or to come to you,
Mhm.
like to get these skincare treatments to help turn over those skin cells so those wrinkles will go away.
Yeah. And a lot
So-
of times I'll have patients come in and they're like, my wrinkles, and it's really just fine lines. It's more texture that's
Right.
going on. And they're like, what can I do for this? I'm like, that's not really a Botox thing. It's really a, microneedling thing or a laser thing or, a peel or
Yeah.
a retinoid or something.
You'll see that and then they'll call and they'll be like, I had talks with Kyle, 2 weeks ago and I don't think it's working. And I'm like, come in, let's take a look. And I'm like, no, it's working because you can't move your head, your
Yeah,
face. I mean,
yeah.
you try to
You're
raise your eyebrows,
frozen.
your eyebrows don't move.
Yeah.
The drug did what it was supposed to do. That's
Yeah.
just your skin texture, and
Yeah.
that's another issue that we need to address.
Mhm.
It's not a one-dimensional thing with just me. I mean,
Yeah.
you need to have other people involved.
And I
in the
love that
care.
you're like that because there are a lot of injectors that are just like all they preach is just filler and
No.
neurotoxins, and they don't even take into account skincare or peels or things like that can be beneficial for the patient. So that's why I just adore your practice and your ethics, because you really do treat the skin 360 and you don't just limit yourself at injections. You're also doing, lasers and other devices and things like that.
When I talk about when I go out and I teach a lot and train all over, and I use your example of how when you take on a client that they have to follow a regimen for
Mhm.
a specific amount of time before you'll even treat them in your clinic. And I'm
Yeah.
like, I tell other injectors, I'm like, just stop for a second and think how well our injections would look if we made clients follow a skincare regimen for 4 to 6 months before we would even inject them.
Yeah.
I mean, they'd look
Insane.
phenomenal. Everybody would look insane.
Yeah.
You'd have this, ridiculous book of business.
Everyone would be so hot.
Yeah, they'd be so hot. But clients will come in and they'll think, I just need injections and I'm gonna look gorgeous.
Yep.
And
Oh,
it's-
yeah. I've had clients that'll be like, well, I don't know if I can buy this retinoid today because I need to get Botox, and I just want to shake them and be like, you need both, girly pop. Like
Yeah.
they need to be
Yeah.
together. Like it's not an if and or that, like it's the combination of it. And that's, I think, the thing that gets so frustrating is you'll have these clients that'll just be like, oh, I'll just get lip filler. Oh, I'll just get this. But then the rest of their skin just looks awful. And it's like, okay, yeah, your lips are bigger, but like, have you looked at anything else? And that's where they want to put their money towards filler and injectables, but they're not actually treating the skin.
No, and it's I'll use the analogy a lot. It's like buying a really expensive table from Restoration Hardware, and then you're just slapping a cheap tablecloth on top of it.
Yeah.
Nobody knows you have a nice table. At that
No.
point, if the tablecloth is garbage.
I'm like,
So,
I promise they're not looking at how beautiful your lips are. They're looking at your dark spots and your wrinkles and the things that you're not taking care of.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's been really popular. And then, the other one we do a lot is like the reverse protocol, like we've done on Tyler, doing the Neo paired with that ablative and how we can customize it to go, I can hit you hard if you don't mind the downtime. I have a couple clients who are like, hell yeah, just blast it. They want that downtime. They kind of want that one and done. They'll dedicate that time aside to do that. Maybe they work remote or whatever. Or I have a lot of clients like you, Tyler. They a couple days is cool, but more than that is not. And I'm like that too. I just did a reverse protocol a few weeks ago, and
you look great.
I don't mind being. I'll talk about being red and flaky in front of clients, no big deal. But I need to be able to like work and not have to baby my face either.
Yeah, and be like, I can't sweat right now.
Yeah, I can't sweat. I can't do it. I want,
hard. Yeah.
So that's what I love. That I did that reverse protocol, and then I was able to go and live my life. And I did go see a podcast recording of this podcast I love, and I was like peeling so bad. I'm like moisturizing in the audience before pictures because that peel was coming on heavy, but it was fun.
That's amazing. What podcast?
I like this one called I've Had It. It's these two women that just talk about everything they've had it with. It's so good.
Funny.
They're
I need
so
to listen
funny.
to that
They're
on the way
like
home.
these like older women, not older.
Oh,
but
they're gonna get you. Don't say that. They're middle. What are you supposed
See,
to?
you don't want to say
Mature.
They're older than us.
Mature?
I mean, we're young, okay?
Are they like
So-
40?
Yeah, like 40
Yeah.
probably. Like they're not old at all, but I just mean older than us,
Yeah.
relative terms.
You said older lady.
No, I said they're like older women, and then I immediately said just older than us.
It's okay.
They just talk about what
But
they hate.
I'm going
Everything,
to take this
everything,
clip and I'm going to DM it to them.
but like they just talk about everything that they've had it with in life. Like they're like, I've had it with, and then they just like start shit talking something, and it's
I
so
love
funny.
that.
Yeah, that'll be us.
Well, I've
someday.
had it with people using injectables instead of skincare.
There you go.
Yeah, or not both.
Or
Yeah.
not both. Yeah, they go together so well.
But we use it. It's just been such a nice, easy addition to the clinic, and it's from a business standpoint. I tell people its footprint is like nothing. It's a suitcase, basically,
No
and it's
disposables.
no. And if anything happens to it, it's easy for a repair. I've never needed one,
Me either.
in the years that I've had it. But you can ship it. You can. It's so easy. It's a lot of the newer people I train too, injectors. They might be portable at first. They're doing a lot of this like concierge, like on call stuff is kind of becoming more and more popular
Really?
based on state laws on like what you can do. But having that stuff done in home, and this can fill that
Especially
that
for like
niche.
celebrity clients.
Yeah, so
It's
it's
amazing.
It's been fun.
If you had to pick, like you have both of them falling off a cliff, your Era and your Neo, who are you grabbing?
Oh god, I mean, probably the Neo just
I would
because
say
of
the Neo too.
So I mean,
It's just like
the Era
unlike
does a lot,
anything
but no, I
else.
can just do anything with
Yeah.
it. It's so much you can do with
Yeah.
it. I'd save the Neo.
I agree. I would. My answer would be the same. What about you, Tyler?
From a consumer standpoint, I think I would say Era, just because the differences you see after one treatment is just so much
It's more instant
drastic. It's
gratification.
like
Oh,
a
it
very
is.
instant
The
gratification.
Neo, you have to like
You have
talk
to give
through and be
some
like,
love.
give it some time.
Yeah,
It's
no,
gonna
exactly.
be there.
No,
Like,
it's
Yeah.
amazing. But the Era, especially for me, I think we talked about it on the first Aerolase podcast, maybe. But when we went to Italy and I came back, the pigment on my face had never been worse since maybe like the
Yeah,
first
you
time
looked
I
like a
got
little
treated.
cookie.
I
Yeah,
remember
like-
we have that. Anne showed me that side by side.
Yeah.
I like show it to people. I'm
Yeah,
like,
you
look at
should.
this shit.
No,
Like,
it's
so good.
insane. Like that after one, and it wasn't even at a high level. Like
No.
it was at like the
We did
We did
lightest.
that demo. We did that
0.6,
0.6 in your
Yeah.
office
Like the
with no
lightest
numbing
level
cream.
it could be. I went to events
Mhm.
with it on. Like I had an event. Remember, like when you
Yeah.
came to do the demo, I was like, I thought I was getting the Neo done for that commercial you guys were shooting, and then Savannah's like, haha, no, you're actually gonna do an ablative laser, but not on camera, like just for me to see
And then
it.
I
And I was
gaslight
like,
him. I'm like, this is usually $2,000. You should be happy that you're getting this
no,
done
exactly
for free.
I've heard that.
And but I
That's
had,
how I get him to do anything. I'm like,
Yeah.
you're getting it for free. You're doing it.
Yeah, but I had like I was seeing really important, like the director of Carnegie Hall in New York. Like I was like meeting with them that Saturday, and like I was totally fine. And still, just the fact that like I had such a minimal downtime, and then the results, it like wiped out basically 99% of the pigment I had on my skin.
Yeah,
And
because
so,
all
like,
that pigment was epidermal, which is nice.
Yeah.
Because what I like to say and like how I like to compare the two is that you're working deep in the skin with the Neo, and then with the Era, you're working on top. So when you do them together, you're getting 360 treatment, like literally
Right.
from every layer of your skin.
mhm.
So you're getting that instant gratification, and you're also getting that long lasting, collagen production, melanocyte suppression, inflammation reducing, like sebum production regulation. It's just great.
Yeah,
Yeah.
at minimum, I try to get at least first off, at least do an Era. So you do get some of that instant gratification.
Mhm.
Maybe just continue with Neos after that if you're really focused on downtime. But it's nice to get that. And like you said, Tyler, you get that instant gratification where the skin just kind of glows and looks so healthy and supple. And
No, I love it.
It's nice.
It's the best. I need to do one. I want to teach him how to do the Neo on me because I can't do it by myself.
Yeah, it's
I feel like he'd be able to
He could do it. He could do it.
I could do it.
I
I told her that she would have to teach me like on her arm. Like I would need to do her. I'm not touching her face without like.
That's fair.
Am I doing my circles straight or whatever? Like
yeah, you really. I'm now with the Era. No, I would never let you do that on me.
No, that's waiting for Kyle till the next time he comes
Yes.
and visits.
We'll do that on the Michigan trip.
I know. Yes,
We'll do that on the Michigan trip.
I'm so excited. I really need to get one done.
But
do you think I could do it on myself?
No,
It's
I
too
wouldn't.
hard.
No, because of the safety.
Yeah.
Wise, you'd want to.
Yeah.
I wouldn't.
Would you do it on yourself?
No, that would be one I would still want somebody.
Yeah.
I think if I had like a
The
little
Neo's
bruise
not
from
that
something,
hard. Yeah.
I'll tell you, I have Neo'd myself because I
Yeah.
can put
I
the
do
glasses
too.
on. I can like Neo my forehead,
Mhm.
like if I bruise myself with
I
tox
just
or
close
something.
my
but
eyes and have my personal assistant tell me when I'm on my spot, and then I'm like, go,
Hitting
and
the
then
pedal.
we're good.
Yeah. But the Era I would want.
Someone to do it for
yeah.
sure. Yeah. But anyone that's interested in getting this device, I say hells yeah, do it. It's the best investment, the best return on investment that I've had. There have been so many devices that I've purchased before that I've like had major like buyer's remorse and just regret. But this one has literally just like stand the tell of time. What is it? The trust of time? The tale of time?
Yeah.
Trusted.
No, I mean
I
you'll.
don't know what the saying is. What's the saying?
What?
It stands
The test of time.
the test of time. Yeah.
But no, I think you'll be surprised by actually like the return on investment because I think you went into it saying like I want to pay this like I just hope I can pay this off within like
Yes.
a year, like make my money back.
The most
and
expensive thing I've ever purchased for my business. I was terrified. I put it off. Like I had that poor rep come like probably 10 different times because I was like, I want it. I know I want
It's
it.
fair. It's
But it's
inexpensive.
scary.
And if you're a patient, find somebody around you that has this. Like if you're not in Dallas or if
Yeah.
you're not, it's so good for you on what it can do.
It's so
for
good.
you.
No, it's amazing. And it's literally like the easiest device to operate too for providers, which is amazing. Like I think that was my biggest fear is like I, went to laser school back in 2018. And so I hadn't, worked with a laser. And when I opened my business, it was 2019. So I hadn't worked with a laser since 2019. And I'm like, I'm so nervous. Like even though like I have, my laser certification, which, it just was nerve wracking. I was like, is this going to be hard? Am I going to hurt someone? Because there's just so much more risk and liability, obviously, when operating a device. And so that I think that was like, honestly, my biggest fear is like, I don't want to hurt anyone. Like I'm so comfortable doing peels. Guys, after I started working with this, it is so much easier to fuck up a peel than it is the Neo.
It's so easy. One time Nicolette was sick and I was like, there were some people we didn't want to have to cancel like IPL treatments on.
Yeah.
There's a lot of like settings that have to go into that.
Yeah. No, and I think the IPL is what gave me
I was
trauma.
like screen shooting her my settings and she's like homesick recovering. And I'm like, is this right? Because I don't do it every day. Where this was just so straightforward.
So straightforward. Like it's literally so easy to do. Not saying that it's like, there's a fine line, but I'm just saying like if you're nervous about devices, because like I get that, like there's a lot of fear with operating a device like that has the power to damage the skin. Literally, I'm telling you guys, I was like, oh, the rep was like, you're gonna be fine. Or my trainer Katie, she's like, you're gonna be fine. This is literally not hard. And I was like literally like shaking like a chihuahua. And and afterwards I was like, you're right. She's like, see, you like worked yourself up for like no freaking reason.
And then funny enough, didn't she also say that like the Era is even easier than the Neo, which you would think would be backwards.
The only thing I think it's harder provider-wise just because you have to hold the vacuum.
Oh, yeah.
And, like, that's the only... And I have small hands. Like, that's, like, my biggest annoyance with anything I do in life, which I like, obviously when I'm rubbing things on, like, my hands aren't, like, taking off, like, one hand takes their entire face. But, like, when I'm trying to, like, take pictures of, like, products I'm using, I'm like, I can't fit more than, like, one freaking product in my hand. Like, I'm like, I have to use two hands and, like, put my phone here or something. But I think that's, like, my most, I would say, complaint is that I have to use two different hands because my hands are so small. I can't hold the device with it.
Yeah.
But Maria was going to get some Velcro and try to see if she could, like, Velcro the
think
vacuum
they're working on like a hose holder.
That would be good.
I had heard.
But, I mean, it's not like that. I mean,
It's
this
really-
is like first world problems. Like if we
It
were
is.
getting like
Total
really like nitty gritty, I'm like, that's what I'm saying. If I had to find one annoyance, like it's literally that small.
It's
Or
the
you could
vacuum
just
hose.
let your whole spa smell like dead skin.
No, because
Ew,
it's bad
no.
because you don't want to breathe that in either.
Yeah.
It's not good for you.
No, not healthy.
No, you don't
But
want
it's
to.
so like, and because I've had patients though, like you talk about laser and they get nervous about
Yeah.
like, oh
Yeah.
my gosh, I don't know if I want to do laser.
Yeah.
That really scares me. And I'm like, And then you don't want to be salesy to them to be like, no, trust me, it's going to be
Trust me, you're gonna
fine.
be
You'll
too
be
great.
good, you know?
Yeah.
So, and I think once they really do experience what that's like, they're like, oh, wow, this was not bad.
No,
you know,
at
and
all.
they kind of leave with that little bit of that filter, that glow. It's a lot nicer for them.
Yeah, I've had so many clients that like I will like do a test pulse, especially with the Neo, and they're like, okay, you can go, and I'm like, I did, and they're like, oh, that was it, and I was like, yeah, because I always do a test pulse first. I'm like, okay, we're gonna test pulse, and I'm like, how'd that feel? They're like, have you done it? And I was like, no, yeah. I did it. It's really, honestly, it feels like a blow dryer, and it only gets a little stingly, like a little quick little fire, like when you're on like a big lesion or a big, pigmented spot, or if you're treating capillaries. But I mean, it's pretty comfortable. And I've done a lot of stuff, and I was scared of that too, because I have like trauma from like Brazilian laser hair removal. Like that hurt. I wish both of you could feel that.
What's more uncomfortable for you, the Neo or the Era?
I think honestly,
the Neo is what you told me.
The Neo gets spicy on me, like where I have hair.
The Neo where the hair is
it's spicy.
It's I'll be nice here, but
I draw a line, so I'm like when Nicola will do it, I'll be like, don't go past this line.
Well, the thing is, I usually like go lower on my patients, but for Tyler, like I like to torture him a bit, so like I'll go like same like level on him.
No,
where he has hair.
I told her I don't want. I went into it because it does have hair removal properties.
And
I don't think that's its like main thing, but I did go into it saying that's what I wanted. So I was really trying to like have her get rid of it, and then I'm a baby when it comes to that stuff.
Yeah,
so
hair removal in general, not even the Aerolase though, like just in general, hair removal, like the settings have to be higher, and it just sucks. Like it's not even the Neo's fault. It's just like any laser hair removal device, like.
But
sucks.
I just feel if it was like on my chest or my back or my arms,
sure.
it would not be bad.
Like,
but
I feel
on
like
the
vagina
face,
and face like are the most painful.
Terminal hair on men is like, I've even found like when I'm doing certain aesthetic treatments to men, like Botox injections, filler injections, anywhere near that terminal hair, I just think there's more blood flow and nerves probably in it.
Wow.
Spicy.
But as far as anywhere not with hair, I honestly think they're pretty comparable. I think with the Era after, I get pretty spicy, just like the heating, it heats up. Yeah. But during the actual treatment, the Era doesn't hurt at all.
No.
Like it really doesn't. It feels, I mean, the noise is more scarier than the Neo. Obviously, it almost sounds like someone's snapping a rubber band on your skin or something, but you don't even feel that. It doesn't feel like a rubber band.
It sounds
it's just
scarier than it feels, for sure.
Yeah, it just sounds like those little pop rock things.
Yeah, it sounds like someone's like whipping a horse.
Yeah, like those like, snappy things. Yes.
Yeah.
But no, the feeling of both of them are both like not what you would imagine. Like whenever you told me an ablative laser, I was sweating because I was like, this is gonna hurt.
Yeah, and I've done a CO2 before too, and that was rough. Like my downtime with that was like 2 weeks, and I don't even know why they did it on me. I was 18.
You're oozy, and you like some patients can bleed, and they're just it's not the way of treatments anymore.
No.
Like where you want this, the risk of infection, the risk of it's a lot for patients, and it's actually there's some research that even says it's better to do like smaller stepped treatments rather than just like this like blast you off where you have to like have all these weeks of downtime.
Yeah, slow and steady is the best. And two, you kind of traumatize people at that point when you do something like that. Like for me personally, I'd rather pay and do like 3 mini treatments than do like one massive blast, because it's not just only physically painful, but like mentally too. Like seeing your skin in shambles like that, like even though you know it's temporary, like it's still just anxiety inducing, and it just makes you not feel good about yourself.
No, and I think it increases
like
your risk
face
of
looked like meat
adverse,
for like 2 weeks.
Hyperpigmentation coming on when you do those, because you really have to be meticulous about your aftercare.
Oh yeah, like even my rep from Skin Better, Marlo, I did her Era and I did her face and her neck, and like she's in the skincare world, she knows better. She freaking sprayed her perfume the next day on her neck, even though I even warned her, because I know she's a perfume girly like me, and I was like, do not spray perfume on your neck, because I've done that. I did a full phenol peel on my face and neck, and the next morning I got up to get ready for work to go, and I sprayed on my neck, and it started oozing. It bubbled. Like it literally, like a chemical reaction started sizzling on my neck. Like I heard it, and it took like a month for it to heal on my neck because it was just so irritated, and like I literally heard it make a chemical reaction on my neck, and I was like, uh-oh.
And that's the problem, especially with like doing those deeper treatments, is like it has nothing to do with you as a provider. Like you can probably provide the service amazing, but it's all in the hands of
someone else who doesn't know.
Not educated
to go home and follow what you
and even though we tell them everything, like even with me, like I knew better not to do that, but it's just like our daily habits.
We're wired that I put on perfume in the morning, put on cologne in the morning. You're just wired to do these things.
Yeah,
it's
Oh, that just like took me back, man. That was so bad. You weren't my friend then. We weren't like in each other's lives, but it was bad. But even my rep did it.
Yeah.
And I was like, been there. Sucks.
Really
But she
funny.
healed just fine, which was great, but it was not comfy.
No, but it's been such a good treatment, and it's been so helpful to just see the skin on our clients like evolve. And I just like being able to treat from acne to discoloration to, post-pregnancy melasma that moms get, after that. And you can really like take care of them all encompassing. And there's not, like you said, anybody who walks in can get this done, and it's going to have some benefit to them at some level.
And it's amazing that both can be used on all Fitzpatricks. Like you can even do the Era on a Fit 6, which is crazy.
And it's crazy to think like you can ablate a Fit 6.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, when you look on TikTok, it's like all like this clinic that does like mostly Fitzpatrick 6, like more melanated skin, and it's amazing. Their skin looks so good.
It's probably been a game changer for them.
Yeah, because for me, like one of my biggest things is I want to be an inclusive clinic. I'm in a melting pot city just like you. And like, yes, I am Caucasian, but that doesn't mean my clients are. And I am comfortable treating all skin colors, and I want to be able to treat all skin colors. And so when I bring a device on, like I don't want to be limited. I don't want to say like, oh, sorry, you can't get this done because of your skin color. Like that's not the kind of clinic I want. So being able to have things that I like skin pin and having Aerolase products, like I'm able, even the Perfect Derma Peel, like everything I carry, the BioRepeel, I'm able to treat everyone. And that is something that's super, super important to me.
And as a company, I just like, like you, I look at companies and what their ethics and foundations are. And, Aerolase has a whole conference that they put together just for skin of color, where they talk about advancements and things that we need to know and how to be more informed as providers to provide the best care.
Because the aesthetics industry put them last for a very long time.
So long, yeah.
It's so long. I mean, it's still like that. Sometimes, and there's companies like Aerolase that are changing, but it's always like the afterthought of thinking about that, especially when it comes to devices, which isn't fair, and that's something that is so important to me that Aerolase does, is they actually make that a priority for them to educate on that and to make a space for people of color.
Yeah, it's nice to see that, and it's been helpful. It's been huge, and we love it. And you liked your treatments, right? Your Tyler's doing good.
No, I love them.
Yeah, and I mean, even their page and their marketing. Like I've had clients be like, when you told me about the Aerolase, they're like, I trust you, like with everything. Like I have a lot of my clients with darker skin. They're like, I trust you with everything. But I was just so impressed, Savanna, that when I went on Aerolase's page, like I saw people that looked like me.
Right.
And they make that a point to make sure that they are showing everyone and not just posting before and afters of certain, things.
Yep.
Yeah. It can really complement, and it's nice too because it's something, maybe they want to start out like with your acne clients. They might just start out with face reality and kind of get into it. And then it's easy to add this in at any time of their aesthetic journey, which is what we tell patients.
Which is amazing. Yeah, and I have clients that come in thinking they're just going to do microneedling, and then we end up doing Aerolase, and then Aerolase with microneedling. Like there's just there's endless combinations. You can do it with a hydrofacial, do it with dermaplaning, you can do it with a BioRepeel, you can do it with a Perfect Derma Peel, you can do it with the Era. I mean, you can do it with anything.
Yeah, and you stack it, and it's quick. Like when we treated you at Aesthetic Next, I mean, you did as Neo, and like before Kelly and I could finish talking, you're like, I'm done. Like, we're done. And it's and it was a full, complete treatment. 4 to 6 passes, and you're done, and you're good to go. So you're not adding on, like whether you're the consumer or the provider. It's not this like hour-long laser treatment where you have to numb and you have to sit there and clean up, and there's no goop to clean up. I mean, it's just so straightforward.
Yeah.
No, I don't know. Obviously, I'm not that educated on all the devices in the industry, but it seems like it's like made its own lane.
It has, and it's to me, I look at it as like there's always new tech. I mean, I just got an email from another device we have, and now they've added something new to it. And there's always, it's like the minute we buy one of these, they're out of date, like our iPhone or whatever, because there's something new out, or a computer.
Yeah, that's what happened with her with her hydrofacial.
No, you know how upset I was? I literally bought that. The next month, they're like, introducing the Syndeo. And I was like,
something new. And
and I'm like, can I just send this one back? They're like, no, it's another like $30,000. And I'm like,
I know. And that's what I like. It's just been tried and true. Like it's the same device. It's to me, it's like what my mom or my dad always say, like, if it's not broke, don't fix it. And that's what this is. It's not broke.
Yeah.
It works perfect.
Yeah.
It does what
and
it's supposed to do.
I feel like a lot of companies, they do that to keep, so they get something else out there. Like, we'll make a quick change on the display screen, or we're going to change this so that everyone wants the latest and greatest. But it's like, is that ethical? For people to invest all of this and just make like 1 or 2 tweaks just so that you can get more devices out the door.
Yeah.
Right. Do they need it? No, I don't know. It's
like, you don't. No. Ethics is such a big thing when it comes to partnering with companies too, and like where they stand. Because I see a lot of people will do that. They'll be like, oh, like, no, it's not like just a software update. Like, you need a whole new platform for this device. Not saying it's anything I carry, but I've seen that with just so many like laser devices. And that was like my like shit talk about lasers was like,
Oh, yeah.
these companies literally are so money hungry that they'll do that to you.
Mm-hmm.
And it's frustrating. Or like, oh, now we have it on a new platform that adds X, Y, and Z, and you can't just add it a la carte. You have to get the whole new platform. And like, there's just so many things that go into it.
You have to trade it in, and you have to. Yeah, it's
annoying.
It is. It is really. And as a business owner, it's annoying because
Yeah.
it's like you constantly in this industry. It's not a huge profit margin on what we do on services, at least.
No,
There's
not at
not
all.
huge profit margins on services. So when you have to when I talk to like new injectors, and you're having to save up to do that, it's a lot for them. Like you'd have to you'd have to do a lot of work to make up to bring on something new. It's a huge
absolutely
work ahead, but
and that's the thing. That's the one thing, because obviously I've met a lot of these brands that Savanna works with, and the Aerolase team,
we love them.
Is like
so
absolutely
much.
amazing. They're
so good.
They're seriously
like
such
I go on a
great
vacation
people.
with them. Like there's a lot of companies I love. Like they're good people, but like I just like would be friends. Like we're friends.
Oh yeah, they're just it's a family company, and you can definitely feel that, and that's always. And I think it's because it's probably they run their company the way you and I run our offices. They're our
good people.
Good people. Their clients are like family. They treat them like family, and it's the same way we treat everybody who walks into our offices.
And that's very unique in this industry.
It is.
Yeah,
it is
extremely unique.
Yeah, it can be a rough industry, but for the most part, mostly good people.
Yeah, no. I mean, all the brands you work with are great, but I think like
if they weren't, I wouldn't work with them. Like this is my biggest thing is like I don't care. There's been times I've loved peels or certain products and stuff that I don't care anymore because their people suck. And I'm like, I'm sorry, I'll find something else. Like I'm not going to compromise my integrity and put myself around toxic environments and toxic people in a bad company. Like it sucks because it's like your products are amazing, but like your company and the people that are running the company are assholes and they're not good people. And I just won't do that. And so it's been sad. And we've had to make those hard decisions before to like cut ties with companies that don't stand where I stand. And, it sucks, but it's like, what are you going to do? You have to pick, like, am I going to sell my soul because the product's good?
Yeah.
Or am I going to find something that's comparable or just as good and has good people?
Or these companies are just like extremely money hungry. Like it'd be like Aerolase saying, well, you can't just buy the Neo. You have to have the Era too. Like,
and I've had companies do that. Like for their damn peels, they're like, you need to have our before care, after care. You need to carry all of this. They need to be on all of this stuff. And I'm like, no, they don't. Like, I'm not a dumb.
No.
Like, I know my technology. I know skin. I know they're fine using the stuff I have. I don't need that. But then like you have to buy 12 cases of this or 12 cases of that to be able to carry our peel. And you're just like, okay, what do you really care about here?
Right. It's the sale. They want the sale. And it's probably like the skincare regimen you use or that I use or Tyler uses. We use things from multiple different companies to get our end result.
Yeah.
And it's not a one and done type thing. It's
absolutely not.
It's not a kit or a box you can buy that's just going to give you.
And the worst part is like all these companies that are doing this are just like
shooting themselves in the butt, honestly.
Well, that, but also like the skincare they're trying to sell is like
trash.
It's horrible. Like it's literally just like
I'm like, I know why you're doing this is because it's sitting on your shelf and the expiration date's almost here, and so you want to get it off your shelf and onto mine.
Exactly. Like
and you're like holding this little carrot over my head, being like, oh, you want the peel? Jump high.
Yeah.
See, buy all this stuff if you want it. Like I'm like, oh no. So I don't work that way.
Yeah. No. Whoever's listening, don't get bullied into.
Yeah, don't. And especially like, thankfully I'm at a place where like I have had times where I allowed them to bully me and I'd buy that stuff and financially I could, and it just would sit there and I'd be like, whatever, like I'll just let it sit here. But there's a lot of solo estheticians and smaller spas that cannot financially do that. And then they have this product, they're like having to force it onto their clients, and it impedes on their ethics because what are they going to do with this product they don't want?
Right.
And then it just puts you in this really sticky situation. Do I just let it sit on my shelves and throw money away, or am I going to have to, let my ethics aside and get rid of this?
Yeah.
Yeah. And if you're listening, like reach out to people and ask, like, have you heard of this? Or I get a lot of those questions. I had somebody at the conference we were at walk up and it was a device that was there and we'd not had the best luck with them at our office. And we learned, and it's like, I'm glad that somebody came up and asked because then you can share being respectful, but I'm just telling the truth. Like this is
exactly.
We're here to help each other in this industry.
Yeah. And it's, I think that's where we're all going to get farther ahead.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Be better.
And then how do we like take down these like toxic companies if we don't band together, right? Yeah.
Be strong.
Be strong.
But Skylar's skin is glowing.
I know. You look so good.
Thank you.
Beautiful. Beautiful little princess.
Who is his esthetician?
Both of us
Yeah,
now.
both of you guys now. I think you've done the air on me twice, and she did it on me once. So.
Yeah, so I just have to do one more to get us on an even playing field.
You need to get it done.
I know.
You really do.
I do. Yeah, it's just hard because like the only person I trust lives in Michigan. So
yeah, that's true.
I'll just have to come down again.
Yeah,
no,
you too.
exactly.
And to fly you out just to do my skin.
I mean, the real
Fair
problem
enough.
is she's just like so booked.
Yeah, it's like when do I have time to do?
I'm guilty
myself?
of that too. I mean, it's like when you're in the and like you guys are you're
put
around
yourself
these things
last.
all day every day.
Yeah.
You literally put yourself last because at the end of the day you're like, I just want to go home and see my kids. You want to go home and see Cyrus. You want to get home and do like you're like I don't even want to.
No, I know.
gotta leave.
I'm like, it's not happening. Like, unless I have like a massive like hour cancellation, like possibly, but even then, I'm probably doing like other things that are more
Right.
important.
Yeah.
You know, I'm like, it's always you go last. I kind of miss the days where like I was so slow.
Yeah. Savannah
Well, I
was on a
don't, but, like,
regimen.
I got treated like every week with stuff. I was like, let's peel this week, let's dermaplane, let's do that, because I would just have no clients to treat, you know, at the time. So it was like kind of fun because that's like when my skin journey treatments ended, was when I got busy.
yeah.
But it's just like, you know, they say it's like the massage therapist that never gets the massage, or the hairdresser who never has her hair done, or, you know,
Right.
the injector that still hasn't got their Botox.
Listen, I know. I always joke and I'm like, find yourself an injector that doesn't look put together because it probably means they're working a ton and
Yeah,
they're getting stuff
no,
done
for
because
sure.
they're probably the same thing with an esthetician. Find yourself an esthetician or hairstylist with
Yeah,
messy
my
hair.
clients are like,
and-
when have you done your face last? And I'm like, and I think that's also, I kind of like it because it's a testament to that my products work so good.
Oh, that's what I was thinking. The exact
because I'm
same
like,
thing.
I really don't do much to my
Right.
like skin professionally, you know, like I
You
just
don't.
don't.
You
Like I remember when I
dermaplane.
got the hydrofacial, I'm like, I'm so excited
Yeah.
because I used to do this naughty little thing when I worked at a med spa because I would be so slow that I'd be like, I wonder if I can like turn the hydrofacial on, just like suck my nose really quick and they won't hear it, but it was like so quiet and you just hear and I'm like and turn it off really quick.
Yeah.
You're like,
Yeah.
just testing if it's still working.
I was like,
Yeah.
I was just cleaning it.
I was cleaning it. I was just running the cleaning cycle.
And me
yeah.
turned around. Oh no,
Yeah.
I was just cleaning it.
Yeah. No, I hear it. That's what I was
I
thinking.
know, and it's like, and I think about that. I'm like, so when you used to like literally like try to like get shit done for free on yourself, and now you have these things and you don't even have time to do them. But it's just how it is.
It's a good problem to have, though.
It is a good problem to have.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The only thing you're regimented about is dermaplaning.
Yeah. No, I gotta shave my face.
Yeah. That's like the one
Well,
thing
your
she does.
skincare absorbs better. And,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and I think for us, like, that's why I'm really now trying to be a lot better about doing a Neo more regularly because my skincare will work better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My injections will look
Yeah.
better. Because it's again with time, traveling and work, it is harder to get
I
those
thought you
things
just
done.
said time traveling, and I was like,
time
what are
tra-
you
I
doing?
wish I
Kyle?
wish I could time travel.
I'm like, okay, so still a
like
secret.
Back to the
Yeah.
Future, right? Yeah. No, I think doing those periodically does help all
Yeah.
those anecdotal things, and because it is such a quick, simple treatment to do,
Mhm.
I just squeeze
It's
it in
just
somewhere.
literally so easy.
It is,
It is. I know. I need to I'm gonna make you learn how to do it.
Okay.
but it's get it, guys. If you don't have it or you're
Don't.
thinking about it, don't.
No.
Don't.
Don't.
And this
walk,
is not
run.
just like bullshit either, where we're
No.
like not being like we're not making bazillions of dollars
No.
to tell you this. It is such I'm like you. I'm
Yeah.
neurotic about who I speak for and what I
Yeah.
speak for, and it's
It's
we
your
have
character.
it
It's
because
your
we-
reputation.
I bought this first, you know,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
then I saw how well it
I was
worked.
annoyed.
that
I was like,
I
I'm the
wanna
Dallas
share.
esthetician. You guys give me a discount. They're like, no. And I tell everyone that. And like, I think they posted it on one of their pages. I was like, I had companies throwing devices at me for free.
Mm-hmm.
Literally, we're like, and I won't name them, but I'm telling you guys, if you're watching the video, I'm looking you in the eye. I'm not lying. Tyler knows.
like big devices.
Big name devices
Yeah.
that even have more following than Aerolase does.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And so that's a testament to like, I literally was like, fuck it, I'm going to pay full price because I know this is better.
Yeah.
And even though I can get this shiny object over here that has more marketing behind it or whatever, and they're going to literally give it to me for free, I know in my heart, I've tried both the devices. Aerolase is 10 times better, and
Right.
like I will pay full price for it. So I did. And, I'm happy I did.
Yeah. No,
so I mean
didn't-
that's like the thing is like we weren't given these devices, like we literally like put our money into them, and now we're lucky enough to like have been so successful with them that we get to like speak on behalf of the company sometimes.
Yeah, I saw one of Kelly's friends talk. Well, I think she's talked that Sarah
Yeah,
that
yeah.
spoke during the lecture we
Yes.
gave at Aesthetic Next, and it was like I love hearing those stories where like a business owner brings in something and how it's transformed her business.
Yeah.
And it's
Mhm.
really helped project her clients further because
Yeah.
you start out whether it's an aesthetics office or an injections office, you'll hit a point where you're like, okay, what do I do next that's going
Mhm.
to take my clients
To
to the next level and to help them be better versions of themselves.
Mm-hmm.
And it was really cool to hear Sarah's story.
Yeah, I
And
mean, that's kind of like how Savanna is. I mean, for the longest time, her demographic was younger and like acne focused. And I think like bringing the era on
And having a baby.
and
Mhm.
having a baby. Well,
I think me having a baby and becoming a mother definitely like brought more in like some older crowd because I felt like I matured a lot too and I was more relatable to them because I mean I was just a young girl at that point, you know, and not that I wasn't still treating older. I think I just, you know, I was able to be more relatable.
Yeah.
And I feel like people like people that are like have family too. It's just weird in business, but it is. I feel like if you're like an asshole and a parent, like, you know, like I always associate good people, which is not always true. There's people that are bad that have kids, but like I feel like just the general consensus is like if you usually do better and are more ethical,
Right.
I guess. So you would hope
you'd hope.
when you have children because you're leading by example.
Yeah, but I just think like you bringing in the era like is bringing
A
your
whole
business.
new clientele.
Yeah, exactly.
It's taking it to a different level, and you're now able to probably treat, you know, even some of the moms of
Yeah.
the acne clients,
And
the
that
younger
was the
demographic.
thing. You know, I'd get
grandmas
frustrated
and
and at
aunts
hope.
and,
You know,
yeah.
I'd be like, what am I going to do? Like microneedling ain't cutting it. Or, you know, just the Neo wasn't cutting it for some of my really advanced aging patients. I'm like, for me to like be able to treat them, I'm going to have to send them somewhere else or to go do a bigger laser until I get the era because I can't do anything else. Like I can only do what I have, you know? Can only do the best you can do. And so that's where I really was looking at the era. I was looking at like RF microneedling and like, thank God I ended on the era instead of that because I was going back and forth with like what I wanted to bring on next. And like, that was the two things I was juggling. It was like either like, you know, Cool Peel, Morpheus, or the era. And I'm so thankful I went with the era.
Yeah, it was a smart move.
Yeah, no, it's
It's
been
because-
amazing.
It's kind
No, I
of
had a
because you
client-
did the demo on me that
Yeah.
day and those Italy results. Like I was like, you can't get
And
the
my
RF
mom did
microneedling.
Morpheus and she hated it.
Those Italy results are like,
No, I was shocked.
I'm probably gonna have to start paying Tyler like commission one day on the Italy results
Yes.
because they sell more air. That picture sells more era treatments.
I love
than-
it. Did you
than
put it
anything.
together in a before and after?
I have it like somewhere. It's on my work iPad
You
that I
need to
use during
send it to me. I
consults,
didn't
and I'll
even
send
put
it to
them
you. It's just
together.
these like little side by side things,
Yeah.
and I think Anne actually had it.
Aw.
You know,
Yeah.
Well, you
and she's
have
like,
it,
"Look
so
at these results," and it was
was
crazy.
insane.
So I have this text. So this is the client I just did the era on. And she was like, peeling is almost completely done. A bit of purging on the super deep cysts, but they've been there forever and they're finally coming to the surface and it feels so good. And like I said, besides the purging, which we already know is necessary, I already see a huge improvement in my scarring and discoloration. You've given me my confidence back. I legit cried tears of joy when I looked in the mirror today. That's never happened. It's always been tears of why do I look like this? Why do I have such terrible acne at 28 years old? You are legitimately making people happy, confident, and glowing, and I love you indefinitely for it. Is that not the sweetest message?
And that's why we do what we do.
Yep.
Literally. I was like, I like cried all morning. I was like, I'm so happy. And she drives all the way from Austin. So she drives about 3 hours
Yeah.
to come see me.
3.5.
Yeah, 3.5 hours to come see me. It's crazy.
Those
and like,
are the messages you read like on the shittiest day where you're
Yeah.
like, I can't
Hate
take this
everything. Let's
anymore.
burn
I
my
hate
building
everything.
down.
Yeah, let's just burn the building down. And,
like move. We'll go work at Taco Bell.
Right, I'll
like,
go back. Used to work at Abercrombie. I'll see if I can work in the back there or something again. I don't know, you know, but
Yeah.
then you can. It's like going back to those messages.
You're
and
like, oh, I'm
this
really
is why I
making a
do this.
difference. Yeah. And I mean, I've done probably like 10 eras on clients before, and all of them have really good feedback. But that one, like, just, you know, it just makes such a big difference when you see how much you impact people.
Yeah,
It's
and that's
beautiful.
immediate, and it's only going to get better as her
Yeah.
collagen grows. And
Yeah. We're going to do, I think, about 3 eras on her because she has some pretty severe acne scarring. And honestly, like, I always err on the side of, like, we're not going to see anything crazy after the first one because I just don't want to get anyone's hopes up too much. So, like, or myself, because sometimes, you know, we overhype ourselves. Like, it's going to be so different. But, like, I always manage my expectations and theirs.
Mhm.
And so, like, I was like, and I told her that I was like, we're probably not going to see anything too crazy with the scarring until, like, the second one. But, you know, we'll see. And, like, to get that text, I was just like, oh my God, like she can even see a difference after the first one. Like made me feel so good that I like, you know,
Yeah.
did the right thing.
so good for
Yeah.
her.
I
Yay!
know. Yay.
So fun.
We
know.
love Aerolase.
We love Aerolase.
I mean,
Peace, love Aerolase.
Yep, absolutely.
All day, every
Skin
day.
better on the skincare side and then Aerolase on the treatment side. Like
Together, gold.
yeah.
It's like a power couple.
They really are. They need to do like a partner up.
They should.
Power couple.
They are. Okay. Do we have any closing thoughts, guys?
I don't think
No.
so.
I think we covered it.
Yeah, I just love them.
I know.
I love the lasers and I love the people.
You know. Well, hopefully we can go to Paris this year.
Yes.
We're just gonna hijack the plane and go with them.
Perfect.
Yeah, I'm just gonna literally like hold on to the wing.
Cargo. Yeah.
Put a super silly little cape on, a little Aerolase cape. All right, guys. We hope you enjoyed this episode. And if you're looking for an Aerolase provider near you, can they find it on the website?
I think there's provider stuff's on the internet. Yeah.
Or, Instagram, TikTok, y'all know what to do with the social medias. You can find it if you really want to. Or you can come to Michigan or Texas.
Yeah, that's the best
For the
bet
pros.
for you.
Yeah.
That's really the best option.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a little vacation. There's stuff to see.
Yeah, you can go ride a Longhorn
It's
here.
not like we live in Montana.
Go to Whataburger. What else can we do here? You can go to Six Flags.
You can see where JFK was shot.
Yeah.
We have we're like music.
You have Sell
we're
Your
like-
State. Ready, set, go.
So we have we're the auto industry. So if you like cars, we have a lot of that. A lot of breweries. Michigan. If you're a beer person, Michigan's known for its
Really?
breweries and some good wineries. Where my office is, it's such a good foodie area.
Oh,
That's
really?
what I like. Yeah, it's a good food
we need
area.
to do better than go see where JFK was shot and ride a Longhorn.
Detroit's a good food city.
We're a great city for shopping.
Are we?
have- yeah.
Okay, I didn't know that. Barbecue food.
Barbecue,
Barbecue.
really good. Barbecue is the best.
I'm trying to think if there's
You guys have Buc-ee's here, and that's actually where I have to go today for my
really?
kids. Yeah, I got to run to a Buc-ee's because
That's
we're
so
close to
funny.
one.
Oh my God,
But,
Buc-ee's is the best.
Buc-ee's is maybe I'm just used to it.
I know. I'm like, I can't think of anything fun to do here.
I think the
Dallas is cool.
No, Dallas is cool. It's pretty. It's just. I feel like it's like a southern, small New York. Like, you know
Yeah.
what I mean, like it's classy and good food
hmm
and good shopping. That's
Yeah.
kind of the only stuff to do here. What else do we do?
That's it.
And then lay on the couch and watch movies.
Yeah, you can come watch movies with me and Tyler. Just kidding.
Just kidding.
My couch is too small.
Yeah.
Now it is. I
No,
got the
it
wrong
is.
size couch.
She did just get the
Uh-oh.
wrong size couch, and it's like half the size of her old one on accident.
That's because I told Lance, I said, I want to get a couch,
Yeah.
a new one, because the cats destroyed my other couch with their little paws and
Mhm.
claws. And so I was like, can you help me measure? And he's like, we're not getting a new couch. And I was like, okay. And then I was like, I'm just going to do it myself. I can buy
Yeah.
the couch and measure. And this is what happened. So I told him, I was like, it's your fault for not helping me.
Yeah.
Totally.
Just gaslight all day.
Gaslight Lance all
And I
day.
just blame him. I'm like, you should have helped me. He's
Mhm.
like, I told you no. And I'm like, you knew I would buy it.
Yeah.
And if you just helped me measure, we'd have a good couch. But it's okay. Now we all just get to cuddle really close now.
Yeah.
Me and Tyler are like on top of each other
last
with a scary
night.
which wasn't too bad because we were watching a scary movie. So
Yeah.
it was nice to be like shoulder to shoulder.
Right.
Mhm.
You're safer.
We are safer. Yeah.
But thank you so much for being here, Kyle.
Thank you for having me.
Kyle,
We love
Thank
when
you
you're
for
here.
coming.
Yeah.
We love you so much.
Yeah.
We'll come back again and hang out.
Oh,
Yeah.
absolutely.
And Era, me.
Totally.
Yes.
Totally.
All right, guys. We love you and we'll see you next week. Happy Monday.
Happy Monday.